I'll tell you the one thing that's really changed. And actually, before I tell you what's changed, I just want to say that, I've done a lot of work over the years, up and down, depression, up and down, up and down. But the one thing, it was like something was missing, but I couldn't really put my hand on it, you know. The one thing that I got from this program is that when you're in a moment that feels like a crisis, like you feel overwhelmed, you don't have to, what's the word? You don't have to get scared, which is basically, I guess, my, head space kind of reaction. You don't have to react or overreact. You can kind of take a breath, and like quickly go over it in your head, what's going on sort of thing. What do I have to do? Or do I even have to do anything? You know what I mean? It's just that, okay, the kid's screaming over there. Well, you look at the kid, you kind of scan the room, and it's like, is he in danger? You know what I mean? Like so it's like, okay, well, I don't have to, run over to him right now, or, or maybe I do, but if I do, it's okay. And even when, like, if I have a bunch of things to do, which is where I get really overwhelmed, but I think it's more the thinking in my head, that da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and it's like, no, slow it down, or just stop and take a look at the situation. And, so that I think is what I really, got out of this, especially with the odd man out exercise, I guess you kind of, what's the word? You internalize things, or, you feel rejected, or, you feel bad, when you're like with people and they're going on or whatever. And it's like, no, I don't have to feel bad. In fact, I don't have to feel anything at all. It's just, stuff. And it doesn't have to impact me, If it does, then how does it impact me? And is it that serious? Probably not. So that's the one thing that's really been, so it's like, okay, I can breathe. And yeah, life goes on. After finishing up with the program, I felt well enough so that I could do a little bit more, and have a little bit more going on with my life, to fill the day, so to speak. So I decided that I would try to do some more volunteer work, because the volunteer work I was doing before, it wasn't much. So I called up a friend. My brother suggested a long time ago that I call up this friend and do some volunteering for her in a child care center. And of course I didn't think that, I was well enough to, handle any job, much less that type of job, working with children, screaming children all day. But I felt well enough that, I wanted to give it a go. So I called up, and my friend, I said, I want to volunteer. And she is from Jamaica, and her response to me was, why would you want to volunteer when you can't work for money? So I laughed, and, she said, I think I have a spot for you if you're interested. And so I said, sure, I guess, I'll give it a try, because it makes sense, if I'm going to volunteer, I'm going to be working, and if I can make some money, why not? So I decided to take it, and I have been really loving it. I have really been enjoying it. Um, it's it's great. You know, kids, you have your moments, right? You know, where they're like uncontrollable and, you know, but for the most part, I love the energy, you know, that you get from being around the children. I think it's just what I needed. The timing of it was just right. So, yeah. So it's going really, really well.